Good morning, cadets. Today we are going to take up nearly 20 antonyms, and all these antonyms have appeared in serious examination. So, serious examination question paper is on the pattern of UPSC question paper. In this serious examination also you'll find questions on antonyms, but the number of questions are more in serious examination, and we have discussed a number of UPSC question papers of GAT examination, and every examination we have found that there are questions on synonyms and antonyms. In CDS examination there are nearly 20 questions. So this time also there are 20 questions in the question paper of 2011. So we are going to take up 20 questions here on antonyms. In the case of UPSC examination, number of questions on antonyms are 8 to 10. So it varies from examination to examination. So let's discuss these 20 antonyms. So let's see here the directions which have been given there, instructions which have been given there for all these antonyms. Each item in this section consists of a word or group of words in capital letters followed by 4 words or groups of words. Select the word or group of words that is nearly opposite, that is most nearly opposite. So the word which is opposite in meaning to the word in capital letters. So let's take up the first word, that is diminish. Now diminish means reduce, decrease, or decline, or shrinking. So that is what is the meaning of diminishing. Something is diminishing, something is shrinking, something is decreasing. Now here you have to find out the word which is opposite in meaning. Enkindle means what? Set on fire, kindle something. So the verb form is enkindle, set on fire. Or arouse emotions, enkindle. Increase, produce, arouse. So what will be the opposite of diminish? What now? Though these all words, they are quite close to each other, you have to find the one which is very much appropriate. So the word which is appropriate antonym of diminish, so that will be increase, because diminution means reduce, decrease, shrink. So increase will be the right word which will be the antonym of diminish. So let's go to 30th one, hampered. What does hamper mean? Hamper means hinder, impede in moving. So obstruct, when something is progressing, you hinder their progress, their movement, you obstruct that. So let's see here. A, facilitated. B, prompted. C, relieved. D, instigated. What is opposite of hampered? Facilitated. So here you are providing facility to progress. So facilitating, and hampering, you are obstructing. So that's why A is the opposite of hampered. Now let's go to equanimity. What does equanimity mean? Calm, calmness, composure, equanimity. Now your calmness, that is what equanimity means. Now sorrow, joy and sorrow. Opposite word of sorrow is joy, not calmness. Discontentment, you are contented, you are discontented. You are satisfied and discontented. Agitation, disturbance. perturbed, you are agitated, you are disturbed. So equanimity, calm, and agitation, not silence. So agitation would be the opposite word of equanimity. Let's go to 32nd one, spurious. And this word quite often appears in the examination. Spurious liquor we come across in the newspaper. So what does spurious mean? Bogus, fake, duplicate, false, fake. So you're familiar with the sham, spurious. Now let's see here the words which are there, options which have been given: fresh, modern, genuine, interesting. Genuine. So that will be the answer for 32nd one. C. Threw cold water on. You have to be familiar with this idiom. And what is that idiom? Throw cold water on. Now what does throw cold water means? Throw cold water means to criticize somebody's opinion, to discourage someone, or to see that he deters. You discourage somebody from doing something, you deter somebody from doing something. That is what throw cold water. You criticize his opinion, you spoil his plan, you spoil his enthusiasm. That is what throw cold water. That is what is the meaning of this idiom, throw cold water. Now we have to find out the right option for this. Supported, to support. Defeated. Now defeated, yes, you eliminate that. Amended, you corrected that. Modified. So what will be the right one? So right one will be supported, because actually you are trying to criticize, you are trying to spoil somebody's plan. So that is what you are doing. Throw cold water somebody's plan. So you are trying to spoil that, but you are supporting that. So A will be the right one of 33rd. So remember the idiom, throw cold water on. So spoil a plan. Okay, let's go to 34th. Aggravated, aggravated, aggravating crisis, aggravating situation, aggravated. And what does aggravated means? Something that is worsening or getting irritating, something irritating, annoyed. So increased, mitigated. Now mitigate means you make less severe. Aggravating is increasing, becoming worse, worsening. And mitigate, what does mitigate means? Making less severe, lessening the seriousness, or lessening the pain. So mitigating. Aggregate, aggregate is total. So then magnified, increased, magnified, magnifier. So the right word which is quite opposite to that, aggravate, aggravating and mitigating. Mitigating means reducing, becoming less severe. So mitigate. Mollifying. So that's why the opposite word will be mitigate. Let's go to 35th one. That's quite easy. Deficit. You are quite familiar with this word, deficit. Shortage, shortfall, then deficiency, deficit, and you are familiar with that. Surplus and deficit. Surplus, excess. So here surplus word is there. So you can be sure of that. The opposite word of deficit is surplus. Sufficiency, luxury. Now explicit means very clear. Okay, very clear. That's explicit. Very direct, straightforward. That's explicit. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Now 36th one. Lengthen. Now what is opposite of lengthen? That is what we have to see now. Lengthen. Protract. Now you know what does protract mean? What is protracted? Protracted is bit extended, prolonged, protracted. Now here lengthen, you increase the length of something. Brighten, no. Abandon, you leave something. So here now protracted is again extended means lengthened only. So that is synonym of that. So opposite of that is shorten. So what is opposite of lengthen? Shorten. Let's move on to the next word, that is cruelty. I think now we are coming across some of the easier ones. So in every question paper, you'll find some antonyms will be very easy and some others will be quite difficult. But sometimes the easier ones will also pose problems to you, will also pose challenges to you because the options that they give will be closer. So you have to find the right one, the most appropriate one. Okay, cruelty, love, efficiency, heroism, kindness. Now, love, cruelty, love, no, doesn't sound to be there. Efficiency, heroism, yes, the right word is kindness, which is given there. You are cruel, and what is opposite of cruel? Kind. So kindness, that will be the right answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Next one is also very easy one. Frequently, habitually, commonly, usually, rarely. So what will be the opposite of frequently? What does frequently means? Frequently means often, usually. Okay, so the right word will be rarely, seldom. So frequently opposite word is rarely. Frequently you do something and rarely you do something. So rarely will be the opposite of frequently. Let's move on to the next one. Hostile. So hostile conditions. They were living in hostile conditions. Not dogmatic, dogmas. Very adamant, narrow-minded. So following a set of rules, following set of principles. You don't change. You follow particular and you become very religious, dogmatic. So you are not ready to change yourselves. And hostile. Okay. Now let's see whether it comes closer to that easygoing, steady, friendly. Yes, hostile is unfriendly. Now creating kind of situation which is created usually by the enemies, hostile environment. Okay, so friendly. That will be the opposite of hostile because hostile means unfriendly. Now let's go to the 40th one. Public honor. So you have to find out public honor, public shame or disgrace in front of everybody. Now accusation is you blame somebody. Punishment, no. Ignominy. Ignominy means what? Public shame or disgrace or humiliation, dishonor. So honor and dishonor. So right word is ignominy. Okay, right word is ignominy. Criticism, no. So ignominy because humiliation, public shame, that is what is ignominy. Okay, now let's go to the 41st one. Let's take up some more examples which have been given here. And all these, what we are studying is antonyms. Okay, subtle. Subtle is a very precise, okay, very precise, very fine, subtle difference. We say that, okay, very precise difference, but it's a very minute difference, very difficult to analyze. Now, distant, gross, plain, higher. So subtle is very fine, ultra fine, very difficult to understand. So subtle is like that. Then opposite word of that will be plain. So opposite of subtle is plain. So let's go to the next one now. 42nd one. I think 42nd one is quite easy. Very easily you can find out the answer for that. What is tame? Tame animals and wild animals. Wild, clean, dangerous, active. All these are the options. And easier ones is wild. Let's move on to the 43rd one. Declined. Now decline. Somebody declines. What does it mean? Somebody refuses. Now inclined, sloping, slope is there leaning towards, he's inclined towards that. His inclination, his interest. So he has inclinations towards that. Inclined. Inclined also can mean sloping. Slope is there. So it has got that you like to do something. That's inclined. So decline, no, it cannot be opposite of that. You get confused when you see the decline. Oh, it may be inclined, which may be opposite of. No, you are refusing that, and here you are turning towards that. Just see there whether it can come closer. Liked, you like something, agreed. Actually, you decline, you refuse straight away, and you agree to do that. So that will be the right opposite word of decline. So what will be the antonym of declined? Agreed. So agreed will be the right word. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Ill at ease. Ill at ease. Ill at ease. This is an idiom. This is a phrase. Ill at ease. At ease means very comfortable. Ill at ease means uncomfortable. So what will be the opposite of that? This is how you have to think about it. Remember these phrases, then you will be able to find its right answer. Easy to deal with, comfortable, chronically ill, strong. So we know that at ease means comfortable, ill at means uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. So what is opposite of uncomfortable? That is comfortable. So let's move on to the next one, 45th one. Complex. Very easy. Complex, ordinary, simple, common, compound. So complex, compound, okay, leave it that, eliminate that. Common, simple, and ordinary. Complex situation and simple. So opposite of complex is simple. So that is the most appropriate one. Let's move on to the 46th one, that is abolished. What does abolished means? Abolish. Now abolish a law, to bring an end to the law. Abolished. Okay, so to bring an end to that, you scrap it. Scrap a particular rule or some sort of regulation or law. So that is what is abolish, or yes, scrapping, annulling. So these are all words which are synonyms, but you have to find out the antonym. So you abolish a law. So what will be the antonym of that? Continued. That is being continued. Is it that? Or something that is established. Oh, establish a law, that will be the right one. So when you annul something, when you scrap something, and something you bring into force, that you establish that. So established would be the right answer for that, not encouraged or revived. So right answer will be, which one will be the right answer here? Right answer will be established. Yes, right. So let's move on to the next one, that is offense. Now here, let's see the options that have been given here. Offense, preference, vengeance, defense, negligence. Now here you prefer something. You give preference to something. You like something, that's why you give preference to that. You prefer to drink tea than coffee. Now here, vengeance, revenge. Now offense means to attack. If offense means to attack, now your vengeance, revenge. Now your defense. Now you are defending somebody. You are attacking somebody and you are trying to defend somebody. That is the defense. So if that is a defense, then the opposite word, will it be negligence or defense? That is the question. You are neglecting something. So the opposite word or the antonym of offense is defense. You are offending, you are attacking, you are trying to hurt somebody, but you are defending, you are trying to defend somebody. Okay, you are trying to protect somebody. So that is what is the defense. Now let's move on to the last word here in this list, which is given there. So we have already seen 19 words. Now the 20th word is irremediable. The last word is irremediable. What does irremediable means? Remedy. You are familiar with the word remedy. Remedy for something. That's a cure for something. Now something irremediable is something impossible to cure. So let's see here the options. That which can be avoided. Incurable. Yes, irremediable. The synonym of that is incurable. But that is a synonym. But what is asked is antonym. Profitable. That which can be corrected. That which can be corrected is the right answer. So the antonym will be that which can be corrected, because irremediable means impossible to cure, and here the option is given there that which can be corrected. So the right answer is D. We have seen 20 antonyms. Try to understand them and then a list of them, make it ready so that you can score well, refer dictionary, understand the meanings of these words. Vocabulary building is a very important exercise. You will have very good expression if words are at your disposal. Learn number of synonyms and antonyms, then definitely you will have very powerful expression. Synonyms and antonyms are very important from the point of view of competitive examinations. Thank you. Goodbye.